She struggled to a sitting position. There was so much she couldn't remember, so much she couldn't forget, and those opposing camps warred with each other until her thoughts were more jumbled than ever. Her situation would make more sense if this were a dream, because, as in a dream, nothing made sense. She should be waking up in the bed, next to Joe, not on this sticky bathroom floor. She shouldn't be waking up at all, because the plan had been to stay up all night. When she had never come back downstairs, the others had probably gone on without her to the after-party. But why hadn't Joe come back to change into the more casual clothes he had brought for the trip to the reservoir? How could he not have checked on her even once? She pressed her palms against her temples, then into her eyes, not wanting to see what the creeping daylight would reveal. She would have to take care of things, take care of herself. It wasn't Joe's fault Amber had gotten sick, even if it was watching him dancing with his ex, Caitlin, that had prompted her to keep bringing the flask back to her mouth. And it wasn't Joe's fault that the sudden pain had made her desperate to be alone. She didn't want to throw up in the public ladies' room adjacent to the ballroom. She could imagine nothing worse than other girls listening to her retch. Now she could. There was nothing left to do but drag herself to her feet and turn on the bathroom light. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. You can do this. The voice kicked in. The voice that had been with her all her life, telling her what to do when no one else had any advice for her. It was the voice that had told 5-year-old Amber to wait quietly in the bookstore where her mother left her while she shopped. The voice that said, "Say nothing," when she was accused of cheating on a test because her grade was so high. To pretend ignorance when a teacher asked who might have defaced her locker. Clean first, then shower. She worked quickly, using all but one of the bath towels, then took a shower. She changed into the clothes she had packed for the activities that had been planned for the morning. If the evening had gone as anticipated, she'd be at the Towson Diner right now, having eggs and hash browns and maybe a Diet Coke. 24 hours earlier, her gravest worry had been that the others would tease her for not liking coffee. Joe's overnight bag was on the luggage rack, zippered. Why hadn't he come back to the room? Caitlin, she thought miserably. Caitlin. He obviously still yearned for her, despite everything that had happened between Amber and him over the past year. She left the prom dress behind, draped across the bed. She hated abandoning it, but it would be ruined if she tried to put it in her bag, crushed, maybe even stained, and she had too far to walk to carry it over her shoulder. Besides, it would look odd, walking down York Road on a Saturday morning, a party dress slung over her shoulder. Don't draw attention to yourself, the voice told her. Just try to get through the day. Maybe it will be all right. You don't really remember doing anything, so maybe you didn't. She wore rayon pants with a small floral print, elasticized at the waist, a loose-knit yellow t-shirt, and lace-up espadrilles, which were flat, but not particularly good for walking, and she already had blisters from the shoes she had worn the night before. How thoughtfully, how pridefully she had assembled this outfit, stalking bargains at stores she seldom could afford. She had chosen the espadrilles because their pale green color uncannily matched the tiny pistils of the flowers on the pants, and the laces made her feel dainty, like a ballerina. She had not expected to be walking far in them. What had she expected? The after-party downtown, then back to the hotel to change into this very outfit, sunrise at Loch Raven, breakfast at the Towson Diner. They had pledged not to sleep a single minute until they were home, reunited with their own beds. Of course, that was before Joe had danced with his ex-girlfriend and Amber had started feeling those weird stomach pains and gone up to the room. She honestly couldn't remember what had happened after that. There was no denying what she had seen in the room, but she had no memory of it. She was in shock. She should see a doctor. No, she should not see a doctor. When she reached Register Avenue, she lingered for a moment on the sidewalk, regarding her house as a stranger might see it. The small, treeless front yard was decorated for spring. The